It's your daily dose of Donna. Welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, June. We are not in January. Sorry to freak you guys out. It is June 26th. How is everyone doing today? Minus the fact that Ryan Reynolds is part of today's show. Sorry to bug you guys out that way. Whoa. But sometimes we do have to talk about bad news. And today's cover photo of the YouTube show says triggered. That's my favorite word, triggered. Now, you know why I'm triggered? Here's a little personal note for me is that I've been waiting for a shipment. Those of you guys that work from home, is that I am waiting for a shipment. And this is one of those that you have to sign for. Because one of my amazing companies that I work for is Grazie Wine. If I get the shipment during this live show, I better get it because I've been waiting on this UPS shipment and you have to be 21 and over to sign for it. And it comes to your house and it's between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. And I've been live tracking this UPS car, this UPS truck that is literally driving all around my neighborhood. It's like Mr. Rogers. It's driving all around my neighborhood. It's literally going to every single street. It's even on my street, but it's not coming to my house. I'm like, I feel like I wasn't invited to the cool party. I'm so annoyed. I'm like, guys, I'm literally following it on a live map. Every single street, even came up my street, didn't stop at my house. It's going away from me now. So we will see what happens. Join me in the party. I see everyone in the comments. Welcome. I even see my Maddie. I was on the phone with Maddie earlier. Oh my goodness. What a fun show today will be. We are going to talk about all the people that trigger us. There's a long list of them today. Ryan Reynolds to be one. Jax Taylor, of course, has to make the list. And Janet. Janet is the new Karen. Guys, if your name is Karen, you are officially off the list. You have done your duty. You did it for a few years. You are released. Janet is the new Karen. Janet DePerna. We should call her Janet DeBitcha. Sorry, but Janet, you're gone. You're out. You're fired. Can't do you on the Valley. Then we're going to talk about the Jeff Bezos wedding, and I have a great video to show you from someone who is going to be on the show on Monday. She's my favorite on TikTok. She's so funny. You guys are going to love her. And we're going to talk all about that. We're going to talk about Orlando and Katy. And did you guys know that Orlando and Katy have never been married? Never. Orlando and Katy have never been married. We're going to talk about Scott and Kelley Wolf. There's an update, and it's not good. It's not good. It's actually really sad. Anna Wintour is stepping down, and I have a weird, scary feeling. I don't want to say it out loud yet, but I have a bad feeling about something that could possibly happen. It's all coming up on today's Say It With Me, Sprinkle With Me Daily Dose of Donna. Thank you for being here, everyone. Yes, the truck, my wine truck, has driven away from my house. I think that they're drinking my wine. UPS is drinking my Grazie wine, and they are driving away. Allegedly, UPS is drinking and driving with my boxes of wine. I'm so annoyed. I will give you an update on Maureen. I'll do it all. Oh my gosh. Thank you for being here, you guys. Thank you for subscribing to the show. Those of you guys that are here, subscribing, liking the show, sharing Daily Dose of Donna with your friends. I will tell you something. I had a moment this morning that is such a it was such a universal kismet moment. Do you ever have that where you do something in your life, where you put something out there in your life and you're like, I really hope you just put something, where you put a Post-it note, almost like a manifestation situation where you put something out there in the world and you're just like, oh, wouldn't that be amazing if something like that happened? And then all of a sudden, like life goes on, things change, things move, da 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 da, whatever. And then you wake up one day and you forget about that, you move on with your life, and then you just do something else. And all of a sudden, it like manifests, and you're like, whoa, did I create that? Did I put that out there? Did that happen to me because of me? It's really cool how that happens. All I want to say is I think that for the most part, and I don't want to say it's if you're a good person, if you're a bad person, because the truth is you could be a really, really good person and shitty things can happen to you. And you could be a really bad person and good things can happen to you. But I think that there is a world out there where you can really manifest good stuff if you put it out there. If you constantly manifest it, if you constantly put it out there, if you work really hard, and if you're always like saying what you want, saying what you want, saying what you want. And not just like, I don't want to be all woo woo today, but if you're not just saying like, I hope that one day but just like it will, I will, I will, I will, I will. Um, I know that that's kind of weird, but the reason why I wanted to say that I don't think good things only happen to good people is because look at Justin Baldoni. And I know that we don't know Justin as a person. A lot of us don't actually know Justin Baldoni. And I think that's really important to say because yesterday I was on the phone with Zach Peter. I mean, I'm never not on the phone with Zach Peter. And by the way, you guys, I see so many people that are saying that they're here live for the first time. Welcome in. Welcome. I mean, that is so exciting that you're losing your live virginity today. This is a really fun day. Um, but like think about someone like a Justin Baldoni, who I don't know personally. I mean, I've met him once, and so many people have met him maybe briefly or seen interviews. But for all purposes, we have heard only positive things about him, minus Blake Lively, right? Only positive things. And so from so many people saying that he is a good human being and that he does good things and he has, put good things out there and uh he has created good karma in the world, etc. And then this has happened to him. That's why I don't think it's one of those things where good things only happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. I don't think that that's the case. I think it really is one of those things that, you know, unfortunately, bad things still happen to really good people. And that's why Justin Baldoni, I mean, really, Zach and I talked about this for so long yesterday. Blake Lively picked Justin in this case. She picked him. I don't know if it was intentional. I don't know if it was like, you're the perfect target. I don't know if it was just like a perfect marriage of timing of, Stephanie Jones with her like all of the evidence that she had with the text messages and this and that. And then Blake Lively's ego being like, why do people not like me? I don't feel good about this. And all of that kind of combined with the feelings that she got about the movie and not feeling like she could get control, all of it kind of connected. I don't know what it was, but something about it was this perfect marriage of she found this perfect person. She's like, it's perfect because he's never going to fight back. He is a non-confrontational. He is a argumentative person. He's passive. He's not a fighter. We saw it on the movie set. We saw that he just kind of allowed things to happen. This is a perfect example. I don't think she would have ever done this, no matter how badly she was treated by anyone of a status, director status, that had any sort of like I can't even put it into words, but like if there was a director out there that was a known asshole or a known kind of like power guy in the industry, this would not have happened. She would have never gone down this path. But it was very specific that it was Justin and that it went towards him, right? It was very, very specific. Now, I also want to say, someone said something earlier. I don't know if it was Doug here. Doug said something. Justin is being used by, well, God or by anyone really. And it's actually a really important thing. Justin is being used. I don't even know if you want to say like, or by God or whatever, but by Blake, you could say, or by this experience to expose darkness. That's a really good way to put it. The entire experience here that we're going through, there is something that's coming out here that we've all learned. Ryan Reynolds, the back of Ryan Reynolds' head annoys us. Okay? Ryan Reynolds got this Time magazine award. Like, Time needs to shut the F up. Does anyone else feel that way? Time magazine needs to go away. I don't trust Time anymore. Now I feel bad because one of my friend's companies, not his personal company, but the company that he works for, his company also got Time 100. And I'm like, oh, that's so amazing. This is before I found out about maximum effort. Now I'm like, ugh, whatever. Doesn't even mean anything. But even the back of Ryan Reynolds' face or the back of his head bothers me. Every hair on his head bothers me. Do you think that's even his real hair? Maximum Effort was just named one of, let's do it in Ryan Reynolds' voice. Maximum Effort was just named one of Time 100's most influential companies. I insisted they take this photo. Oh, UPS. Sorry. Hi, Donna. We'll deliver today just a little later than expected. Why? UPS, why? Why? Did you go and drink my wine and you're coming back later when you're sober? Whatever. I insisted they take this photo for so many reasons, but the chief one is Maximum Effort is not me. Well, why does he have to say I insisted? See, that's narcissism right there. Why does he have to make it about him? I insisted. It's a tiny little pirate ship helmed by the most talented, tireless, and creative team of people on planet Earth. You know what's so annoying about him? He still makes it about him. Why is he tagging anyone else in this picture? Let's see. Why isn't he tagging the other people in his company? Wouldn't you think that he should in this picture? That's interesting. You would think that this would be the moment that he would tag his team on his 50 million followers Instagram. Now, I used to follow someone who used to work or who works for Maximum Effort. So, of course, you know that I'm going to do some stalking right now. How am I going to find? Well, I guess I could go on. This was so long ago. This was before the Ryan Reynolds hate started. It's so weird. It's like they don't. Oh, I want to vomit over this article. I went on X to find it, and they don't. Let me show you this article that they tagged, and it's from, of course, it's from Time. They have some weird in with Time, and I remember that we talked about this already the last time. Time. Look at this. How Ryan Reynolds rewrote the script for celebrity entrepreneurs. His face is punchable, huh? You know, I think I'd like to put him in a room with Janet from the Valley. What if we put him in a room with Janet from the Valley and just like put them together? I think Janet could kick his ass, right? Probably pretty well, right? Do we want? Oh no, this is so annoying already. Do we? Oh, there's video. We got to do it, guys. Today's episode is called Being Triggered. Eat your feelings, drink your feelings, punch a bag. Today is all about being triggered. I hope you're okay. Are we okay? Everyone, we're doing this together.
Ryan Reynolds is working the room. He has a playbook. Respect the audience's intelligence and have a little fun.
I just was watching with my kids A League of Their Own. A League of Their Own is so good. In 2025, you just know somebody's going to remake it with men.
What?
For Time's cover story, we talked to Reynolds about his latest role as a business owner. He started by telling us about that one time he bombed in a movie.
I worked on a film, a big movie that didn't work. And it was Green Lantern. You know, it didn't work, but it certainly wasn't for lack of trying, and it certainly wasn't for lack of time or money.
but it inspired him to start a business.
I think it occurred to me, but more in a subconscious way, that really too much time and too much money will murder creativity, and constraint causes you to think asymmetrically and outside the box. So it changed my life in a good way. It's my name that is movie bombs. So I thought, oh, if I could just find a way to be the architect of my own demise instead of someone else, it would feel better if something fails, that I also built something that I loved making.
Cue the music.
Reynolds had a hit with Deadpool in 2016
Greetings, Munchkins. Did you like that dose of Green Band?
and learned a bit about advertising in the process.
The Deadpool 1 movie is we had no money by superhero movie standards, like quarter of the normal budget. We didn't want to give away the movie and all of our marketing. So I had to find a way to acquaint the audience with this character without showing everything. We started making our own kind of ads. Myself and the digital head of marketing at Fox, his name was George Dewey, who I later poached.
Then, in 2018, Reynolds started Maximum Effort, a production company and marketing firm.
I used my Deadpool winnings to buy a little gin company, and then to market it, we were like, well, we'll market it. Let's go. We can do it. So we became a marketing agency by accident. Oh,
Aviation gin,
how'd that get there?
the world's fastest.
He looks so
growing gin.
different.
Don't you want your mouth to like you?
Well, this
think
is like a long
consumers
video.
in
Like I
general-
thought it was 30 seconds long. It like doesn't stop. I don't know how much longer we can go, guys. We should have made this a drinking game, huh? Jesus. He built this empire on his specific and identifiable brand. Oh my God, you guys, this is a joke. Wait, I need to do a TikTok on this. He built this empire on his specific and identifiable brand. Reynolds is the popular guy. Who does this? Is he the popular guy still? Is he the popular guy in what world? I want to call Lance, my husband, right now on speaker and ask him right now and ask, do you think Ryan Reynolds is a popular guy? Should we? Should we get Lance on the call? Or should I just call some random friend, a guy on speaker, unassuming, who has no idea that he's going to be on a live show, and ask if he thinks Ryan Reynolds is a popular guy? I truly want to know if he is still like considered a popular guy. Okay, I'm phoning a random guy friend. This is a straight guy. Cuz I don't think I can call I hope he picks up.
Hi.
Hey, you're live on Daily Dose of Donna, so you're being recorded.
Okay, I'm at Costco right now, so that's fun.
Oh, that's cool. I love Costco.
Okay.
Okay, a question for you, honestly, for just a serious question, okay?
Yes.
Do you consider Ryan Reynolds a popular guy? Like the popular guy?
What do you mean the popular guy? Like he's like the number one alpha, or like what?
Yeah, like do you
question.
consider him the popular guy? That's his brand, the popular guy.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, that's what his brand is. Do I consider him? Not really. I mean, especially with all the shit going down and all the conversations that you and I have.
So you just know him because of me as not, but in general, you would consider him the popular guy. If you didn't know
Yeah,
the
because
drama.
If you think of all the roles he's done, even starting with like Van Wilder, right? Like that role was probably his, I guess, breakout role where he was that popular dude. And he did Deadpool, and Deadpool is just this character that exudes that like I don't give a fuck type thing. So yeah, it's like definitely that type of persona.
Got it. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Well, I'll send you this article because he also got top 100 most influential companies of 2025 Maximum Effort. I hate him.
I know. I can't imagine. I've never heard you say that before.
All right. Well, buy me some rotisserie chicken.
Done.
I'll call you later.
All right.
Bye.
Talk to you later. Bye.
I'm annoyed. Oh, someone says have him hand the phone to some random guy in the aisle. Well, I will tell you, listen, this is the thing, is that's the problem. Ryan Reynolds is not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. This did not touch a thing for Ryan Reynolds. And that's why I posted the title of my show is Ryan Wins Again. He will not go anywhere, no matter what. He skated out of this lawsuit. He will not go anywhere, because even if Blake loses the sexual harassment war, which in my heart I believe she can or will, if it goes the entire way, if it goes all the way to court and she loses the war, if I'm just saying, if Brian Friedman does not find a way to get Blake and Ryan in a legal sense, and all we have is that Blake goes after Justin for sexual harassment, and in best case scenario, she loses and Justin wins, Ryan still freaking comes out unscathed. Right? Because what would he do? The best thing that he can do is just leave her. And that's what I think he would do. I think he would just leave her. That's the annoying part about that. So goodbye, Ryan. Goodbye, Ryan. We don't want to see you anymore. The best thing we can hope for is that people slowly get sick of him, or maybe he gets caught up in some sort of big scandal, like bad scandal. Maybe he gets caught up in some sort of Ashley Madison type scandal, or like fraud. That would be fun. That would be really good if he gets caught up in some sort of, like, what kind of scandal can he get caught up in that has nothing to do with Justin Baldoni, but people will hate him for? Like, like something that like the world will turn on him for so badly. I think fraud, or like it'd have to be like money laundering, like something really bad that the world will hate him, or like buying Teslas. I don't know, something. Okay. Then let's move on to a couple other big celebrity stories that are happening. Oh, yes. In terms of like the legal stuff, I know that I was watching Zach earlier because he took my time slot today. We're going to have to discuss that later. There may be a divorce between Zach Peter and Donna Bowling today. I'm just saying. You can give him a heads up if he wants to attain a lawyer. I call Alan Jackson and Bob Alessi. Okay. He can get whoever he wants, but I got Karen Reed's defense team on my side. Zach Peter talked a little bit about the legality of it all. Basically, there is still stuff happening between the subpoenas and Blake Lively's team. I'm not going to cover all the legal, like little minutia right now. I'm not an attorney. I don't want to cover all the little stuff about who's subpoenaing who for a little document and this and this and that. I'm going to leave it for the people that are really into the docket about like the little and the lawyers, because I don't want to get little details wrong. But if there's big updates, I will talk about it. I want to cover the gossip, the pop culture aspect, and the fun stuff and the big stuff. Okay. Because we're talking about subpoenaing for a document. I can't, you guys, my brain can't go there with Blake Lively anymore. I just can't. I can't. I love you. I can't. I'd rather talk about how much Ryan Reynolds drives me crazy. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, if anything big happens on the legal front, like if Brian Friedman comes up with some amazing plan to go after Blake Lively in a criminal sense, don't worry. I will cover the crap out of that and I will get into it. Don't worry. All good. In another weird turn of events, Anna Wintour is stepping down after 37 years at Vogue. And when I tell you, the first thing I thought to myself is, Lord, help us if Blake Lively is stepping in. Tell me, am I insane? Ooh, both Marcy and Robin said tax evasion would be a great one for Ryan Reynolds to be involved in. I would not be against that. I would love a documentary about like a Bernie Madoff tax evasion with Ryan Reynolds at the helm. Give me a pyramid scheme with Ryan Reynolds starting an MLM. That is the best next Netflix documentary. I want to see that. With him going down. Okay. What would we do if all of a sudden Anna Wintour, this is something that I could see actually happening in some sick turn. Like, the world is so upside down right now that I could actually see Anna Wintour saying, I am so thrilled to announce that fashion forward Blake Lively is stepping in as current, in-house, like they're going to do like a month to month rotating fashion CEO or whatever. Would that be not the sickest, most insane thing? And somehow I see it happening. Am I out of pocket? Am I out of pocket? Blake Lively has a sick ability to get her way into these things. Did you guys see her doing that cover at that party recently? Hold on. Obviously, she had a big Blake Lively, she had a big Vogue. This was in 2024, but she was on the cover of Vogue in September 2024. She's had a very, very strong relationship with Anna Wintour over the years. Remember, she did not go to this year's, oh my God, this is right before everything went to shit. Remember when she was promoting It Ends With Us with Hugh Jackman? Like, what in the world actually happened in this timeline, if you think about it? But just recently, she went to that party and she's done so much for Vogue over the years. If you Google Blake Lively and Vogue, it's one after another, after another, after another. And just recently, she went to that Vogue party and she stood in that Barbie box. If you guys remember, she was in that, let me see if I can find that image of her standing in that box. It was like with styrofoam. Hold on. She had like a white. No, I'm going to have a hard time finding it when I don't have it ready. But she had like a white dress on. And she looked like she was captured. There we go. Here. I mean, I hate to say it. It is a really cool. I found it on Reddit here. It is a really cool picture, but there you go. It is a really cool picture. But yeah, she was just at the Vogue magazine party. I'm telling you, I have a feeling, a weird, sick feeling that there is a weird, strange vibe between Blake and Anna Wintour. They were just at her house. And I'm not saying that there's an actual reality here, but don't put it past yourself to think that Anna Wintour wouldn't jump at the ability to put Blake Lively somewhere in some capacity in that world. As if Blake Lively knows the first thing about fashion. And I say this as I look like, a hippie at Woodstock. I'm not the fashion girl, but I think we can all assume that Blake Lively is not the person that should, be the next fashion queen. But Suki says, you never know. The Devil Wears Florals could be the next movie. Although I would give Anne Hathaway Kalma. I would give Kalma the role of the next Anna Wintour. Compared to Blake Lively, Kalma, Anne Hathaway is my favorite out there. Compared to Blake Lively, I love Anne Hathaway. The Devil Wears Lawsuits. That would be a good one. The Devil Loves Subpoenas. The Devil Loves Van Shams. The Devil is a liar. The Devil, the lies. The Devil Wears Lies. We can come up with so many. Everyone is saying that Perez Hilton has come up with something. I don't want to pull up Perez Hilton. Just tell me. Someone just tell me what it is. I really am not pulling up Perez Hilton right now. I can't do it. But if you guys tell me what it is, maybe I can pull it. Just give me in the comments if there's something. You guys are bringing it back with the good old days. Do you guys remember the Clit test? from the first amended complaint. Do we need to pull that video out here right now and laugh our ass off from the first day that a lot of you guys met me, which was all about the clit test? Blake Lively is the devil. The devil wears clitorals. That was the I can't pull up some of these. You guys are funny. But yes. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. Viteska is withdrawing his statement he was pressured to sign. Is it confirmed or is it rumored? I will not be reporting on rumors. You had me at Clit. Oh, we had such good days that day. I want to know if it is rumors or is it confirmed about the guy at Daily Mail. Okay, let me know if it's rumored. Anyway. Let's go on. If it's just sources, we're not going to talk about it until it's confirmed. Okay. It's Zach Peter. It's my daily dose of Donna. It's Zach Peter. We're having fun here, Zach. We're talking about clits. Viv says, you grossed Lauren out with the clitoris talk. Some of your viewers were in her live with Omar and she didn't know the backstory. Let me tell you something, okay? This is part of your human anatomy. Just like Ryan Reynolds can talk about perineums. If Ryan Reynolds can talk about perineums, we can talk about this. It's all about equality, I thought. I thought as women, we're allowed to be equal. If he can talk about the disgusting taint area, then we can talk about our clitorals. I don't want to talk about it. It's just what I thought we were born in 2025. Can't we talk about our bodies? Like, please. Please. Let's move on. And let's pray to God that Blake Lively doesn't take over Vogue. Not like I ever read that shit. Yes, you guys, we're taking our clits back. We're pro-clit here. Okay? Free the clit. How many people are leaving right now? I'm going to get a lot of weird reviews. That's a reminder. Leave a positive review. Leave a 5-star rating and a review, everyone. Let's go on to the Bezos wedding. This is a great moment to make you laugh even harder. So I have an amazing guest on Monday. If you're on TikTok, you know her as DJ Hungry Human. Her name is Addie. She is one of my favorite TikTokers. She's so funny. She literally makes me laugh always, every single TikTok that she does. She also thinks Blake is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, which is really how I found her. But she will be on my show on Monday. I've been trying to get her on my show forever. And when I tell you forever, but she has a weird, crazy schedule because shockingly, I think she works at a flower shop, which is the best part about it. She did a video talking about the Bezos wedding and Lauren Sanchez and Jeff Bezos. And you guys are going to die of laughter. She's so funny. Watch this video of her breaking it down. She calls them Mr. and Mrs. Hunger Games. She says they've arrived at their wedding.
Very exciting. Just watched the jury form. Very exciting news today. Mr. and Miss Hunger Games have arrived. Lauren is just, as always, so understated. How is she going to pair that massive rock with a wedding band? We'll have to see. I'm sure it will be extremely tacky. Where are those Paris robbers when you need them? These are my very good friends, you guys, so please don't say anything bad about them. I don't know what happened with my invitation. It must have got lost in the mail. And speaking of invitations, everybody has a lot to say about these invitations. Listen, I agree. It's missing. What it's really missing is those puffy stickers. You know, those like puffy stickers that children use? I feel like you just slap a few of those on and the design would be complete. I think Lauren designed these just like she wrote that children's book. Anywho, call me a romantic. I'm excited for these two. Lauren got her face pulled extra tight for the event. Don't be a hater, okay? She's looking good. She obviously brought her retouchers along. You know, nothing gets released until there's a nice soft filter over it. As far as Jeff goes, you know, there's only so much that can be done. I love this picture of Lauren because, you know, she's thinking, the last time my extensions floated like this, I was in fake space. We are constantly reminded that money cannot buy everything. Although I guess he could purchase a male extra small BBL. I might recommend that. Of course, I told you Kim would not miss this. She is still hoping that they pull her up at the altar. Let's make this throuple official. I don't understand all of these years as a celebrity and how have we ended up here. This is bad even for Balenciaga. My favorite Kardashian is Kris, and I love that Kris looks better than all of them at this point. I do think secretly, especially after seeing what Kim was just wearing, that Kris is hoping that Kim does get married off to these two. She's like, please, Jeff, take Kimberly off my hands. I do think that Kris should encourage Kimberly to hook up with Orlando Bloom. I don't know if you saw, but it's been made official. Katy and Orlando are done. It's absolutely insane that Jeff Bezos and Lauren sent Katy to fake space, and then they also took her man in the divorce. You guys, just to remind you, single Orlando Bloom is great. That's what TMZ is reporting to. Everybody is on this same page. We're happy that Orlando has been freed. I want this energy. This is a historic photo, you guys. They caught Selena in Orlando smoking a little ciggy. I don't think that's good for lupus. I'm just saying. Anywho, after this, Orlando Bloom and Justin Bieber got in a little tussle. And, I'm excited. We need a shakeup like that. Okay. So, all eyes are going to be on this wedding, especially mine. So check back for updates. Very exciting.
Oh my God. Oh my God. She's so funny. That's always her videos. Like, I literally go to her page every day just to see what she says about anything. She's so funny. She says exactly what you're thinking, but like, she's just so, I love her. She is going to be on our show on Monday. I'm literally like counting down the days because I've been trying to get her on the show forever. We text each other all the time about everything. She's really funny. Zach, I still love you. Zach, are you turning straight? Am I changing you? Can you imagine it? Whoa, whoa. Okay, so I love her. Now, Orlando Bloom and Katy Perry have never been married. Can we talk about that for a second? Did anyone know that they've been together for 46 years and they never got married? How come I just found that out today? Did anyone else know that they've never that they've never been married? Never. I cannot believe. Why? Probably because of today. Because he knew that he wanted an easy out. And why is she not at the wedding, even though she went up to, as Addie says, fake space? Why is she not at the wedding? Did she get stuck with babysitting? Not babysitting, but like childcare? I'm so confused by this situation. Why is she not in Venice? Now, Zach talked about on his show when I was watching earlier that he was talking about all the protesters. I can't get into that. I have enough protesters here in Los Angeles, so I can't get into the protesters over there. Although I did see someone do some really crazy protesting where they created a fake Jeff Bezos like raft and they put it into the canal, and it's like a big box and it's money, like fake money, and it's a body of a man, Bezos, like on a box with money, and it's very creative. It's almost like the Rose Parade. It's giving like Rose Parade flower energy, but in the water, in the canals. Like, I almost feel like they're sending like different kind of rafts out, and I wonder if they're going to do one for Kim and one for, all the celebrities that go out. Like, if they're going to have one for Ivanka Trump and then Kris Jenner, and like, I don't know. I thought it was kind of like a smart idea. I was into it. Anyway, they're getting married. I thought it was fun. Are we into Kim Kardashian and Orlando Bloom, or we don't care? We don't care, right? I don't care. So before we get into the Valley, we have to talk about Scott and Kelley Wolf. And that's sad because I was like really in like a happy mood, and this is not happy. But you guys, we have to update because I talked about it on the weekend. A lot of you guys wanted to know. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, I did a whole long TikTok and Instagram reel about the update on what's going on. And then yesterday in the news, in the actual news, meaning like on People, Us Magazine, whatever, TMZ, we find out that Scott Wolf, he actually filed a restraining order against his wife. That ain't good, right? So I told you guys, if you've been following, Kelley Wolf and Scott Wolf were married for 21 years, 3 kids. And in the last few months, things have been awry. I guess she's been posting a little bit erratically. And then she announced the divorce on June 11th, my birthday. And then she was like posting erratically with her daughter. Then she got detained, put in a 5150. Apparently, she was saying a lot of concerning things and then posting really erratically. He took the kids, and I was glad to see that. He took the kids to Boston. Then she kept posting erratically. She was posting crazy stuff, where she was, location, this, that. And I just wanted someone to take her phone away because it was too public. She was like tagging Brad Pitt and Donald Trump in the same stories, which no one wants to see Brad Pitt and Donald Trump in the same stories. It's awkward. And then she's like tagging Hulu, and she's tagging Boone & Murray, which is the production company behind Real World. And she's tagging like big producers, and she's like also tagging, random, just like really like Theo Vaughn, because she knows Theo Vaughn from like back in the Real World days. It was really weird. And a lot of tagging of Billy Bush. A lot. Because Billy Bush is friends with them. I think like one of Scott Wolf's very close friends. And I think Billy Bush's godfather to one of their kids. And he spoke out really early on saying like Scott Wolf, because she claimed in one of the videos that Scott was abusing her. And every single person that I've spoken to, and I spoke to so many people even yesterday who knows them from when they used to live here in LA very well, and said there's absolutely no way that Scott was ever abusive. Like, this is not a real thing. And I know that you can say, well, no one was actually in their house, but I truly believe that this is a case of a mental health issue. I was also texting with one of my best friends who is a therapist who's been watching the story. And she's like, I really do believe, like, I'm not her therapist, but if I were to diagnose it, it would be like a mental. I mean, this is just my reading of what my therapist friend said, that she believes that it is a unmedicated bipolar situation. So whether maybe she was medicated for years and years and years and then stopped medicating herself and then started and then now she's, maybe through the divorce she just stopped medicating herself and then now she's not. I don't know exactly what's going on. I don't know, but that's what my friend who's a therapist just thought from watching all the stories. But I don't know. Now, meanwhile, this article came out yesterday, which is pretty crazy. It was all over the news. How Scott Wolf files for restraining order against wife Kelley. Kelley, meanwhile, is still posting all over her stories that she's back at home. Scott is with the 3 kids out of town. And it's pretty sad. I mean, she is writing that, she's excited to take the kids to Madrid. And she's like looking forward to seeing her kids, et cetera, et cetera. But he is putting a restraining order. And I don't know if that's going to be possible. I just don't see how there is any world where he's going to be okay with her being alone with the kids. And I hate to say it, I agree with him. From what I've seen on her Instagram stories, I don't think I would want her as a parent alone with my kids either if I was him. Now, the comments that I got from posting the video on Instagram and TikTok, it really went viral, were very, very all over the place. There were so many people that were on his side saying, like, I absolutely agree. I would never want my spouse to be alone with my kids if they were acting the way she's acting. She's posting really erratically. She's drinking a lot. It seems to me that there's like a mental health issue plus a lot of alcohol. It's all over the place, right? But also, she is the mother of their kids. And there's a lot of people that feel like she is going through a divorce. She's just having a rough time. Maybe she's menopausal. Give her a break. Women are getting a really hard time. Like, give her she's just a woman, da da da. And they're mad at me that I am I would never give a man this hard of a time. And I'm like, no, I actually would. If any man that was going through a divorce was posting this way, I would give them even a harder time. I think it's really, really scary. And just you see so many spouses and husbands and wives and fathers and mothers snapping these days that you have to be extra careful. I hate to say it, but exactly. I can't pronounce her name. Smuggle says, look what happened to those sweet girls in Washington. Exactly. It's I'm not saying that she's dangerous, but you have to protect your children and you have to be careful. So I would never allow my husband to see my kids alone if I was in his position. And I 100% agree with him on this one. Yes, I agree. Elena says, I don't like that this kind of erratic behavior would be in any way deemed as just how women are. It's not normal. Yeah, there's a lot of women that are mad at me on TikTok, specifically TikTok, that are like, Donna, or not, they don't even know me. They're not my followers. They're just people that randomly saw the video. This is so judgmental of you. And I wasn't judging. I was just literally posting her videos and I was saying I feel horrible for her. But it was just saying, you are judging a woman for being just going through a hard time. But I don't think this is a hard time. And also, if it's a hard time, I get it. You're going through a divorce after 21 years. That's hard. Put your phone down. Put the phone away and go to therapy or talk to your family and friends. There's something going on there, right? We have to take these things seriously. Mental health is scary, scary. A lot of you guys are also telling me to look at Stephen Hilton and Laura. I think it's Laura Clary and Stephen Hilton, something like that. So I will definitely go and look at that. We have to take these things seriously. You never know what could be going on with the ex-wives and the ex-husbands and spouses and mental health. And I feel so sad about him, but I think he's doing the right thing for his kids. I really, really, really do. Okay. I really hope for her. I will look into the Laura and Stephen Hilton story because I'm interested in that. Let's move on and let's wrap up with the Valley. Speaking of, now this is officially, why can we say that Janet is not normal? Because I posted about Janet yesterday, and everyone, the amount of responses I got on my Instagram stories were probably the most responses I've ever gotten on a story in months when I said that I despise Janet. And I straight up think I hate Janet. I don't even like saying that word out loud. But if you watch The Valley, you will know that Janet DePerna is probably one of the most insufferable, horrible human beings I've ever seen. I don't understand how people like her exist. She is cruel. Cruel. She enters every single scene ready to cut a bitch. She starts drama with every single person in every scene. I've never seen anything like it. She wants everyone to have issues. She calls everyone else an alcoholic. She calls everyone else a problem starter. She calls everyone else an issue. I can't go through this. This is only season 2. Is she trying to be the villain? She's trying too hard to be the villain. But last night, yes, that is exactly true. Maddie says, and such a smug, emotionless face. That's exactly what it is. It's the way that she approaches the scenes of being so obnoxious. That is why she is so unlikable about it too. It's not that she is, really dynamic or really smart in her approach. Cause I'm used to these people that are so unlikable, but they are at least, I don't know, they're good at it. Like Kristen Doty used to be when she used to be on Vanderpump Rules. Meanwhile, Kristen Doty is the most likable person on the Valley, which I still find to be a complete upside down world. But Janet is she looks and she literally talks so down to other people. So yesterday they're sitting at, or when I watched it last night, they're sitting at a Mexican restaurant. She's making Nia cry. Nia is she the most exciting, most wonderful character on reality TV? Never. But she's so kind. She's so sweet. She can't hurt a fly. She's crying. I can't go through this anymore, she says. It's so stressful because Janet is just sitting there and yelling at them. She's yelling at everything that everyone does. And meanwhile, what's her name? Kristen Doty's like, I can't handle this. Like, I'm out of here. And all the other girls are just sitting there looking at their phones. What's so stressful? Meanwhile, Janet's like, bye, take your to-go box and get out of here. I'm giving her too much personality. She doesn't even have that personality. Bye, get your to-go box and get out of here. No one wants that in your life. I don't like her. I don't get her. You must have no life in your personal circle if you're creating so much drama in everyone else's lives. I vote to take Janet off the island. What island? The Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Valley Village Island. Get her off. We don't want Janet on the show, right? Secondly, I don't want Jax Taylor on the show, and neither does The Cut. And The Cut is like a New York mag subsect, I think. And I don't actually watch, I don't read the New York mag or The Cut, but there is a creator on Instagram, and she's a therapist that covers reality TV. Your Bish therapist is her name. And she talked about it on her show. And she says, I will not continue to watch The Valley next year if, and she's a therapist, I will not continue to watch The Valley next year if Jax Taylor is on the show anymore. Because she says, and this is from The Cut, she says, that's why it's time to fire Jax Taylor again. He's crossed the line so severely that it's barely visible, like the lines on his unnervingly reflective forehead. By the way, this is from The Cut. This part of the article is. I understand why Bravo wanted to follow his story this season, but moving forward, there comes a point where paying someone hundreds of thousands of dollars to repeat the same abusive behavior patterns stops being defensible or even entertaining. Bravo's audience needs to see that there are consequences, even for the number one guy in the group. Truly, the comments are wild. They were saying, we are watching Britney in danger and being abused. It's coercive control and post-separation abuse to a T, and Bravo is essentially letting it happen. They had a PSA for addiction at the end of last week. They actually need one for domestic violence. Britney is the one in danger. Other people are saying, I think Bravo has hoped to tell a story of recovery and addiction, but instead are telling a story of abuse. Another person had posted here. I think I saw it on Bywig. Hello, drama. Well, yeah, here's the article. Bravo just fired Jax Taylor. They posted, yes, here we go. This is Stassi on Katy Maloney's podcast talking about why she will not watch The Valley.
Even being on reality, it's hard to watch it through the same lens that other people watch it, I think. But I think people who are seasoned watchers are smart, and they have an idea of like how things work. But like I said, even watching the show like The Valley, I'm just like, it's so.
Should we talk about The Valley?
It's so intense that like I just am like, like everyone just is like out for blood. I feel like on that show, it's fucking nuts.
So I had to stop watching it.
Same.
I watched only the first two. I can't. Yeah, like the last season, I was like, this is great fucking television. Like this is great television. Then I started like. I think I saw like the first 2 or 3 episodes this season, and I'm like, this is so fucking dark.
It's so dark, really dark,
and it's not even like interesting enough to like balance the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? That I'm just like, this is making me feel uncomfortable. It's making me feel icky. Like I need to tap out. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist about what it all means.
I mean, it's like because obviously divorce and things like that are real life things, and they're intense and at times chaotic and toxic, but it was like on another level with some of these people that I was just like, I can't.
Well, to have beef and hard things happening, I feel like there needs to be a balance of like real love and connectivity, and it feels like
which
I
thought was there for them.
Yeah,
the first season,
but I guess like now watching, I'm like, oh, you guys don't give a fuck about each other.
No, I feel
Yeah.
like there's a lot of them don't have the same history, so the stakes aren't really there to mend things or try to like navigate certain situations.
And I agree with it, because that scene where Janet is yelling at the girls, making them cry on the other part of the table, Brittany Cartwright is sitting there, not even paying attention. She's literally just looking at her phone. Janet, stop. She says, Janet, stop. That's not real friendship. No. The only one that feels like a real friend on the show is Kristen Doty for Nia. No one else gives a shit about anyone. I hate that show. I'll watch it because it's like my only thread to Bravo at this point. But nothing. Oh, don't get me started on Sheena. Kristen says Sheena was still there. Sheena with her lips, right? What is she doing there? They just literally insert her into the table. They just insert her there. She doesn't say a word and she doesn't do anything. There's no like standing up for your friends. There's no anything. It's awful. I don't get it. I don't like it. And then they go out there and then they play some sort of kickball the next day. No, I'm sorry. None of your friends get together and play kickball in the middle of the week with people you hate. It doesn't work anymore. No parents are getting babysitters to go play kickball and tug of war at 35 years old. You're not getting babysitters to do that on a Thursday. It's odd. I'm struggling. Like I said, it's a tough day when you're watching true crime to get away from the darkness of Bravo. You know what I'm saying? I adore you guys. We had some good laughs today. We really did. Should I bring up the Clit video for some of you guys for another day? We really had so much fun to talk about that Clit that one day. Oh, that was just, I feel like we should bring it up just to end today on a really light, happy note. At some point, you guys, on Patreon this week, I may do an earlier than normal Patreon because I really want to talk about Love Island. I'm not watching it. But Love Island, some of the people that are covering Love Island are so, like I said, I'm not watching it, but there is a Jewish guy on Love Island. And you know, I'm Jewish. I'm a proud Jew. And there is a Jewish guy on Love Island. And some of the influencers that I'm following have lost their damn minds with the amount of anti-Semitism that they are screaming out. And it's so shocking to me. So I may have to do like a separate Patreon just to talk about like what is going on over there. It's really, really surprising me. Are you guys watching Love Island? Everyone says it's really not that good this season because there's no true relationships this season. So I'm kind of glad that I'm not watching it. But I do miss Love Island because last season I really did enjoy getting into the season. But there was nothing better than last season with like Leah and Miguel and all the good people. Okay, I'm pulling up my Clit test video and we're going to watch that right before we leave. Oh, what about Maureen? I did DM Maureen about her, Maureen Callahan, who I actually adore. I love Maureen from The Nerve. Like, I had her on my show. I love her. She had the worst take on Karen Reed. I talked about it yesterday. I texted her or DM'd her. I said, I hate your take on Karen Reed. Despise. She said, I am getting killed for it. I said, because you didn't watch the case. She liked it. She didn't respond to that. She liked it. She releases another episode later this week. I have no idea what's going on with what happens with that. Let's see if she talks about it. But before we go, let's watch back in, I think this is January, when we talked about when we spent an entire Saturday together and we talked about the Clit test together. Talk to Lively about the Clit test. The Clit test. Oh my God, this is the Clitisi. Like Khaleesi, go away. It's Clitisi now. Daily dose of Clit. guys are so funny. This is too good. It's clickbait. Clickbait. These are the intimacy coordinator notes, remember? It's Clit notes. Clit notes. Oh my God. I'm obsessed with this episode. Get last one. It ends with clits. It ends with clits. Oh my God. This is going to be in court. That's the best part about it. Okay. I don't think I can end it because this keeps this whole lawsuit is a catastrophe. The whole lawsuit is a catastrophe. Clit ends with us. Oh my. Clit ends with us. Oh my God, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Friday's episode. Have a great one. Bye.